In this video, we will talk about 5 fail-proof Shopify strategies to hit your next $10,000. So stay until the end to know exactly which strategy is going to be best for you.
This video is sponsored by Traffic Ninjas.
All right, so let's get started. Have you got the timer, Kristen?
I've got the timer. Let's put it on the screen. 3, 2, 1.
Well, before you get the timer, I just
Okay.
want to make sure that you're ready.
Yes.
The reason why we need to talk about this is
Yes.
because so many business owners are like talking about like how you're gonna grow your Shopify store, and they just go like, oh, you know, word of mouth, I'm gonna tell people, and people gonna tell people, and then it's gonna grow from
I'm
there.
going to do an activation.
Activation, yeah. And then people talk about things like email marketing. Oh, I heard that there is this whole boom about email marketing, and I'm just gonna like email people. But
Yeah.
where you gonna get the email addresses from? Okay.
I'm going to do some flyers.
Exactly. So in this video, we are essentially presuming, we are completely presuming that you are starting from scratch, either a new brand, new business, or new line of product. And these are the best strategies to hit your next $10,000
or more.
or more, of course.
So let's get into it. We'll put the timer on the screen. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
All right, first one. So we're going to do SWOTs for each one. Strengths, weakness, opportunities, and the X factor.
And the Ninja X factor.
Right, so first one, Google organic traffic. I love Google organic traffic because first of all, it's free.
Okay.
There's 6.5 billion, 5 billion people who use the internet every day or every month.
Every single day.
And 8.5 billion searches every day on Google.
I reckon people don't understand what 8.5 billion searches are. Guys, that's 99,000 per second. Like by the time I'm saying this sentence, it's just giant. Like your products could be sold out by the time I finish saying this sentence.
It's an insane number of people searching.
Insane.
So and the thing is that people are searching for all kinds of things, but they're really hot search terms. What I mean is people are searching for the exact product that you have that they want to buy.
Yeah, let me give you an example. Like if I want black leather small wallet, which is a super hot search, do I go to Instagram to look for black leather small wallet, female? No.
That's more for browsing. That's not like I'm ready to buy.
Yes,
you're going to Google it.
But when you're ready to buy, people go to Google. Now, however, so that's a huge strength. Weakness.
Weakness is very competitive, right? There's a lot of people optimized for search, especially some of the bigger brands. So some of the keywords there, to get ranked for those, to show up in the search results requires a bit of effort.
Yes,
so
that's a weakness. Weakness is also, it's not instant. So we were going to say we're going to go from hardest to start to easiest to start and the ones you can scale.
Yes.
So Google organic search, you can definitely scale, but it's not as easy as like I'm in and I'm going to get the sales rolling in. It's like a slow cooker. It takes a little while.
That's right. We put all the ingredients in, chop it up, and then close the lid and let it slow cook for, days, weeks, a month, a couple of months.
Exactly.
Before you get that momentum.
What's the major opportunity there?
The major opportunity is that there's a whole bunch of untapped keywords there that the big brands are not going for because they're too small for the big brands. But for you, as a small business owner, as a small brand,
particularly talking about 10 grand.
Getting to 10 grand,
Like 10 grand, guys, in the e-commerce world, and particularly like in comparison to big brands, it's a grain of a sand on the beach, you know?
Yeah, and what is the e-commerce industry? 6 trillion, is it?
6.3 trillion.
6 trillion.
Giant.
So we're talking about 10 grand. So again, it's hard to kind of put those numbers together because $10,000 and $6 trillion.
Exactly. And so that's why it's a major opportunity, right? Because believe it or not, over 90% of businesses do not go for Google organic traffic. Like whenever I reread this, it just blows my mind.
People either don't understand it or they think it's too hard.
And as a result, there is a ton of untapped opportunities. We've literally seen business owners inside our community go from 0 to hero within like few months. Purely because they were just focusing on those laser-focused untapped opportunities. Incredible.
We have people in our community doing 30 grand a month plus just from organic
traffic.
Just
from organic alone.
So for me, the X factor of this one, and that's the time, the X factor for me is 5 out of 5 for this one because the potential is just insane.
The potential is insane. For me, the X factor would be like 2.5 out of 5. And that's because you need to be disciplined and you need to know a little bit more about how to find those untapped opportunities. And where to place exactly those keywords, because we don't want to do any keyword stuffing and all of that stuff. By the way, we've got a ton of videos inside our channel, on our channel, how to do this. So
check it out.
All
right, let's move on. Next one, TikTok, tiki-toki.
Tiki-toki. Okay, that requires a huge breath. A pause. Okay, a pause. Strengths. TikTok is giant. Easy to start, super easy to start. 5 ninja starts for that.
There's 1 billion monthly active users on TikTok.
1 billion monthly active users.
That's a lot.
TikTok users are the most engaged out of all of those platforms. So they tend to log on to TikTok, 3 to 4 times a day, because TikTok figured out how to be so hyper addictive for the users. Also, one of the giant things on TikTok is that the fastest growing demographics on TikTok, do you know who they are?
I think it's not baby boomers, millennials.
It's women over 40.
Yeah, so that's
that's the fastest growing.
That's the top of the millennial brand.
Yes, so right? If you think about the potential of that market, because Silvia always gets excited about the market opportunity, then that's giant.
Yes.
Like, that's giant.
Yes.
It's what I find on TikTok. If you are like me or a little bit older, you're gonna find TikTok overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because it just speaks at you.
Yeah.
You can't turn it
off.
Pause
it, yeah.
You can't choose or browse. It's just fed to you.
Yeah.
That already feels like, but is it easy to start? Yeah.
Yeah.
So easy to start. And the beauty about TikTok is that TikTok is a trendsetter for all the other platforms. So whatever is going to go viral on TikTok or is going viral now, it's going to go viral on Instagram or Facebook later on.
Yes.
So guys, TikTok, to me, the major opportunity is to do the research. It's still relatively early. There is a ton of engaged users. The way how the users are used to use TikTok, they're comfortable with shopping online. So that to me is a huge opportunity.
Yes. All right, so we only have about a minute left. So
weaknesses. From your point of view, what do you reckon?
Weaknesses. I think that there might be skewed age groups on there. So it depends on what you're selling or what your product is. I think if you've got a product that's aimed at baby boomers, it's not going to be the place to go.
It's not going to be the place,
in my opinion. So I think
that's true.
You've got to be clear on who is your customer and what platform are they hanging out on. But the opportunity, the trending ability, the ability for a video to go viral, it's crazy. But I think there is a weakness on you got to know who's there.
Yes, exactly. And it's easy to start.
Yeah.
It's also relatively easy to scale, but it's more comes in
Ride
waves.
the wave.
Okay.
Yeah.
So X Factor, what do you reckon?
I think 4 out of 5 for me. The ability to generate explosive traffic. The ability to generate consistent traffic, I'm not sure about that. That's why for me it's a 3 or 4 out of 5. I'm going to 4 out of 5 because the explosive thing is huge.
Yes. Yeah. To me, X Factor, 3 out of 5. The opportunities are giant. The difficult part in TikTok is the change, the speed, how things change.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, I like some predictability and steadiness in business. So therefore, I would go 3 out of 5.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Got it.
Cool.
One last question though, we haven't discussed this before. The ability to get people off TikTok onto your store. Do people leave the TikTok platform?
Yes, they do.
They do.
And TikTok doesn't mind you to do that.
Okay.
They're actually less protective. That brings me actually to another point, the ones you can scale, right? We talked about hardest to start, easy to start, to one you can scale. With TikTok, we have not yet proven the scalability through ads. The ads work differently to Meta.
Yeah.
They are not as precise in terms of who you're targeting, how you're targeting. Are you targeting buyers or just clickers? And therefore, the organic scalability is always going to have a cap. So TikTok, I would not yet place all of my budgets there just yet.
Yeah, okay, and we'll get to the other platforms, but in terms of the spend,
But in terms of the first 10 grand, go for it. Go for gold.
Yeah, exactly. Great. Cool, let's move on to the next one. I'll set the timer, 3 minutes, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Pinterest. Strengths, 520 million active users. People think it's an abandoned platform. I've heard people say that. But 520 million active users, mostly in the US.
Mostly in the US.
It's a big one.
Slightly skewed towards female.
Yes.
What I think people don't understand, and that's so extremely powerful, is that Pinterest is not a social network. Mm-hmm. That's why some people think it's abandoned because I'm not talking to anybody. Well, it's not designed for you to talk to anybody.
Yes.
It's not a social platform. It's a search platform.
Yeah.
And therefore, the major strength is that whatever you put onto Pinterest today is going to live there tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and the day after tomorrow.
It's not like Instagram or something or TikTok where you make a post, it explodes today, and then in a week, a month, a year, it's like long forgotten.
Think about it like visual Google. That's what Pinterest is. It's visual Google. Super easy to start.
Yeah.
Scalability, once again, is limited. Pinterest ads, we spend few $1,000s on Pinterest ads. Our customers have spent few $1,000s on Pinterest ads. They are not necessarily working as great as Meta ads, in my opinion. So scalability limited.
But there's the Google search of Pinterest too. As you said, it's a search engine within Pinterest, but also when you search on Google, you'll often note that you'll see Google search results showing up Pinterest things.
One hack, if you ever want your product to show up in Google search faster, then make sure that your Pinterest board is named ideas. But once again, we've got a ton of content on that on our channel.
Check out our channel for those Pinterest tips there.
So strength, it's a search platform. Your content lasts long. Your products can literally live there forever. It's got users who are planning on all of the steps of the online shopping journey.
It's very popular for inspiration and ideas, isn't it? Like top of funnel content, meaning that people are becoming aware of products.
But then also coming back to you and buying everything you've got. So I think the extreme opportunity, if we go into opportunity now, because we talked about the weaknesses, that it's a search platform, so it takes a little bit longer. In my opinion, opportunity is if you can cater to your customer as a whole. So for example, you've got a home decor business. And if you're just going to put like single individual product and your customer is planning because they are moving to a new home, do them the courtesy and stage the room in their home, and then they're going to buy everything you've got. Because if you're not going to do that, then they're going to pin one vase here, and then ultimately they're going to go to a pin from some magazine and they're going to have that and then just assemble the pieces. But if you assemble that for them, cha-ching! The curation, extremely powerful.
Amazing. And X Factor, for me it's a 3 out of 5 because I think there's a lot you can do with it, but I see it like capping out at a certain point.
For me, Pinterest is definitely a much higher X factor than the two before. Purely because you don't have to talk to anyone, you don't have to socialize with anyone. You can get a giant amounts of monthly views without having any followers. It lives there forever. Like to me, the ease and the potential, 4 out of 5 for sure. Or maybe even 4.5.
Okay, great. All right, awesome. Let's move on to the next one. 3 minutes, let's go. Instagram. The gram. IG.
The gram.
2 billion monthly active users.
Yeah, it's giant. Okay, easy to start or hard to start? What do you reckon? Easy. For e-commerce product, easy. Guys, like what do we hear all the time, and this is gonna go also to opportunities. What do we hear all the time? Are like business owners, when they first come to us in e-commerce, they're like, oh my God, but I don't have any followers. Guys, on Instagram, you no longer need followers for your content to go absolutely viral.
Especially reels and short videos, right?
Why? Because Instagram and Facebook are so scared of TikTok. TikTok is taking the attention away. And so they're trying to just make it more and more viral. So when you do a little bit of research of what's trending in your industry, like really sky's your limit. One of our ninjas inside our community, Russell, he had like 300 followers or something like that. Like honestly, everybody can get 300 followers. Small number. He made a post with his product, went absolutely bazingas viral, 1.8 million views. He was started to get from nothing to 50 orders per day. Per day. Post. It's just extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. I love Instagram for that. Huge strength, easy to start, totally scalable because it's part of the Meta suite. So
the ad platform's powerful.
Once you've got a post or a reel that's working somewhat well and turn it into an ad, that's powerful. And by the way, he got 1.8 million views. That was before he started to put any money to the mix.
What do you think is the biggest weakness of Instagram?
I think the biggest weakness is the whole aspirational influencer lifestyle where people just, I don't know,
Yeah.
like
For me, it's the keeping up. Like, you have to keep publishing new content
keeping up with the
regularly.
Joneses. Yeah.
Like, if you publish one thing, which is great, if you leave it, then it dies out, right? It fizzles out.
That's
right?
true.
For me, you've got to keep it up. That's the weakness for me.
Yeah, that is a weakness. Yeah, the inability to replicate what's working.
Yeah, okay.
So I think a weakness, and this is going to be weakness in Facebook too, is that unless as a brand, you are or a business owner, you can really get to see how your customer sees the feed, then you're running in blind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that is the weakness in there.
Like, the assumption is that everyone sees the same. Many entrepreneurs make the assumption that what you see on your Facebook or your Instagram is what your customers are seeing,
But that's not
It
true.
can be completely different.
Yeah. The other, and that's not even a weakness, it's more of a mistake that business owners make, is that they just start flooding Instagram with the post of like, buy my product, shop now.
Yeah.
And then they are like wondering why it got no views whatsoever. Guys, that's not the right strategy.
It's going to get you suppressed.
That's going to get you suppressed. That's going to get you like 30 views. Once again, we've got a ton of content on this, of how to make your content go absolutely bazingas viral.
Yeah.
Opportunities, definitely the huge opportunity is that Instagram is just competing with TikTok.
Yeah.
And therefore small accounts right now
Yes.
are getting unfair share of attention.
Yeah, they even changed the official announcement like a few months ago from Instagram that they were favoring smaller content creators as opposed to the big brands, and also the accounts that are copying and reposting all the same content.
Because they want to make it appear more raw.
Yeah, so if you're a small brand with original content, that's actually favored by the algorithm.
That's a giant advantage.
Huge opportunity. Huge
opportunity
so
and a huge advantage over like Walmart and Target and all the big brands.
Yeah, and also as an e-commerce brand, like making content for Instagram is pretty easy, right?
So
you just
easy.
shoot the product. Like, that's the thing. Shoot the product.
Even if it's just an image and you download it, you put it into Canva and you download it as MP4.
Yeah. So for me, X Factor is 4 out of 5 for those reasons.
For me, 4.75.
Okay.
Or even 5. Like the X Factor is high.
It's big.
Yeah.
Okay, great. We're a bit over time there. Let's move on to the last one, the big one for today.
Okay.
Facebook. That's the
Facebook.
big one. That's the beast. That's the mother. That's the GOAT, the GOAT, greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Depends who you talk to. But they've got 2.9 billion monthly active users. So your people are somewhere on Facebook, I think, for most stores.
Yes. Easy to start. Facebook is not necessarily easy to start organically, I have to say.
It used to be.
It used to be, but it's not.
Because of the giant nature of the platform, Mark and the team.
Yeah.
You know, you'll see on Facebook now every, fifth, fourth, third post is an ad now, right?
Ad.
They're taking the money, right? They're grabbing the money.
Plus, let's remember that that's the original big platform. And so as a result, it's skewed more towards millennials, Gen X, and even baby boomers.
Yes.
Right? Even my mom buys things off Facebook.
There is an older audience compared to the other platforms.
And as a result, they consume content slightly differently. And that's why video is not so giant on Facebook. And that's why organic exposure is slightly more difficult.
Yeah.
However, oh boy, can you scale on Facebook?
Yes.
Like, there is no amount of budget. Once you tested what works on Instagram and you take the same and you turn it into an ad that's placed on both Instagram and Facebook, sky's the limit.
And it's interesting because if you look at like some stats that show like advertisers, bigger brands will spend more than half of their budget just on the Facebook platform. I think that covers Instagram as well. Facebook and Instagram, they put it there. You'd think that makes it really expensive to be on the platform, yet the CPMs, the cost to advertise, is actually low, right? Compared to other channels and other platforms.
And it's so precise.
Yeah.
Like, once you understand the steps how to create an ad for your e-commerce store, it's just works like clockwork.
Yeah, we've had tons of people that have come through our doors that have spent a lot of money and got no results because they don't have the right strategy.
And that's when they came to us to learn the strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you guys, once again, we've got a ton of content, so we're not going to go onto that
right now.
But yes, Facebook, a lot of new business owners just don't think that Facebook has the giant opportunity because they purely don't know how to deal with it. Also, I think giant opportunity, weakness is obviously it's not skewed towards video, but giant opportunity and X factor, guys, think about the money.
Yeah, it's
think
huge.
about the money.
Yeah.
Because who's got more money? Gen Z or millennials, Gen X and baby boomers combined? Like, I'm not even gonna answer this question because it's obvious, right? So therefore, from the business opportunity point of view, gotta be 5.
It's huge. I agree.
Gotta be 5.
5 out of 5. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. So that was 5 fail-proof strategies to get your next $10,000. Which one are you going to start with?
Yeah, which one are you going to start with? If you want to learn 5 other ways to hit your next 10K or beyond, then check out this next video. Thank you.